broadcasting team.
This month's topic is on gender inequality. So recently Emma Watson did a speech in the United Nations on gender inequality. She launched a campaign called He for She, which is about supporting women and how they should be given equal opportunities as men. So we decided to interview a couple of people and ask them what they thought about gender inequality and how women were treated in their countries.
What it's like, I don't know, it's just women being equal in pretty much everything. Well, not pretty much, should be everything. Yeah, that's feminism.
Feminism is women's rights on equality to men on social and political grounds.
Feminism is the idea that women campaign and act to become equal to men.
Instinctively I'd be like girl power, but feminism, I think it's more important to do with the equality of women.
I think it's a great thing.
It's certainly not a bad thing.
It's pretty hard to grasp as a concept. It's like the legal side and there's the more social side of it, where kind of the views of others, not just the male population, but also women who don't consider themselves feminists or are against feminism. They're kind of trying to combat that as well. That's hard. But it's a good thing. It should.
No, in Sri Lanka, being a third world country, it's usually men who have the authority, and they usually don't support girls' education, so they don't climb the social hierarchy, the ladder of social hierarchy. And they're usually at home raising a family and doing traditional women jobs.
Absolutely not. No. Men in the UK, men overwhelmingly dominate the high-paid jobs and in the boardrooms and the positions of political power.
No, completely different opportunities. And women aren't in Libya. Women aren't allowed out without like males with them or if they're in a group. Also, they're like frowned upon. Kind of get called names and stuff, or they get harassed by men, which is really terrible. But I think, and the guys, they have more opportunities, but they waste it. So I think if the women, like girls, young girls and women had the opportunities that the males had in Libya, they wouldn't waste it. I think that's where the problem lies, really.
I think so. Officially they're supposed to be, by law, so in the place of work you have to have equal opportunities for men and women. But for some reason, in my experience in the world of work, I just feel that there's some jobs where women aren't treated as well. Like I saw one job where a woman was frowned upon because she got pregnant, and then she didn't get the promotion that really she should have wanted, but they passed it off and said that it was for another reason. So that was a bit annoying, I think.
I don't know if oppression is the right term. There are expectations, perhaps, of what type of person people are looking for in those positions.
I think it does, in a way. I mean, with women being like oppressed for thousands of years, they're trying to push it away from women, and it's kind of hard to get a balance of it. So it's kind of, instead of getting in the middle, it's pushed a tiny bit towards the men, and sometimes just pushed back towards the women. I think it's just hard to find the middle ground in that situation.
I don't think men are oppressed because they always have the right to speak out their views, as opposed to women who usually take a backseat to men.
Money they made.
Success is the fact that I have a good job in a nice place and I can do what I want. That's success to me.
For me to succeed, I think I have to be happy in what I've accomplished so far.
No, because I would say that my sister it was only me and my sister, 4 years difference, and she was the younger one, and I would say that she was the little princess of the family. So much so, I didn't know it. She always seemed to get the best phone, she always seemed to get the best, better things really, but I didn't really have a problem with it. It's because I think it was more to do with, I don't know actually, I'd like to think that my parents treated us fairly, but I think my parents are more concerned about her because she was a girl, I think, and it's very, very sad to say, but I think some people think that women are exposed to more threats in the world and they don't want that.
So since we don't live in our home country and we're treated on equal ground in terms of education, and our views and ideas are allowed to be expressed on the same level.
I would say there was quite a bit of sheltering involved, not just for her but for me as well, because obviously Muslims living in a British society, there's a lot of ways to go astray from the religion. So I think we were raised the same way, but I think more my sister was more raised to you know, go with hijab and stuff. It wasn't more of like forced. It was I think it was her choice, but she made that choice after learning about it. She didn't just make it because she was told to. I think that's good parenting way to get raised, to, you know, have that choice. But I would say we would have about the same upbringing. You know, obviously with different situations, male and female, it's different. But no, I think overall we were the same.
Oh, that's it. I don't know.
Well, I'm tempted to say revolution. But inequality happens on so many levels. But it's impossible to say just one thing which would help tackle inequality.
More women in power, I think. You take the head of Germany, Chancellor Merkel, right? She's one of the most powerful women in the world. Somehow she has got Germany to be one of the most powerful countries in Europe. They could have been the worst country. They got suffered in World War II and stuff like that. But for some reason she's made Germany one of the most powerful countries in Europe. Women are multi-talented. Women can do multiple things at once. Women are good, I think. And a lot of men don't realise that. And a lot of men freak out when a woman beats them in an argument and they feel it's all shameful and stuff like that. But I think in answer to your question, men need to listen to women, if I'm honest. Take my girlfriend, for example. If I don't listen to her, she's often, and I won't admit this to you now, if she sees this, I'm in trouble. But actually, you know what I mean? I'll admit this to you on camera, she is always right, I think. Okay, which is a bit annoying. But we need to listen to women.
You'd have to change the mindset of most people.